No, you're not allowed down here.
Not allowed.
Like he's a stray dog.
Yeah.
This is not a wheelchair accessible section. Well, on Ticketmaster, there's like a big wheelchair symbol here. Rogers, they don't have any money, right?
Welcome to
Wheel
Stutter and Blindly's not here. He's running a little late trying to find the place. How's it going, Blair? How's it going, DK?
Come on, boys.
A little bit of a voice crack there on the intro, Jared.
A little bit. I don't know. One of those days.
Do you think we should start off by playing Canada's favorite game?
Oh, did you see that?
It's a game. We close our eyes. DK plays the video, and we say what we think we would see.
You guys play along at home, or if you're watching on YouTube, comment down below what you thought the video was.
My name is Flash.
How fast does that make you?
It means it makes really fast.
Let me see how fast.
I think I got it. Nothing funnier than a kid crying.
Yeah. I think it's a kid running to a wall, but he hits something.
Yeah, like I think he's dressed up as Flash or something.
Yeah.
And he runs, like I think he just falls.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Flash.
His name is Flash.
Most ghetto Flash costume ever.
Yeah.
I like.
Am I wrong for laughing? No, we all did.
How fast does that make you?
It means it makes really fast.
Really fast.
Oh.
I do that every day.
I like for the record that Flash doesn't have a fucking cape.
I like how
Yeah.
I like how Batman came in at the end to save him.
Yep.
Nothing like watching a kid just eat it.
Yep.
I wish they had the video longer too to see if his parents coddled him or if there was just the cool dad that's just like, you're all right.
Get all right.
Get up.
Get up.
You're
Get
all
up.
right."
Get up. I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah, oh, that's what I used to get.
Oh, man, all the time. I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I accidentally opened a door over the top of my foot.
Oh.
And it scratched my foot. And I was like about to cry. My dad's like, crying is an emotional response. Pain is not worth crying over. And I'm scarred for life.
Yeah.
I got, you're going to have to get a lot tougher if you're going to be that fucking stupid.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's good. And I think that's why I think my pain tolerance is like
Yep.
a trauma response.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why, like, you know, us Gen X or
Good old
borderline
80s
Gen
kids,
X,
eh?
like, we're
90s.
just- Nothing phases us.
Yeah.
We
That-
were left unattended.
Well,
for
that's the
many,
thing too.
many
Like
hours.
my buddy's got a 2-year-old, and I swear this kid's gonna be fucking nails.
Oh.
like we were
Nails, like hardcore.
Oh, he's gonna be hardcore. And his dad is like, he's the guy I go camping with,
Yeah.
super outdoorsman.
Good.
You know, like protection dog trainer. Anyways,
Yeah.
this kid is like I think 2 or so, and we were at the park, and I watched this kid just eat shit. Like he face planted into the mulch.
Just get up.
And he just got up, brushed himself
Yep.
off, and kept fucking
That's
moving.
what we need in
and
this
I was
world.
just like, hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
No iPad kid.
Oh, no.
That was like this. My nephew Mike, like one of our properties had a stone quarry on it, and Mike was like the clumsiest kid in the world, right? And he's on top of the quarry, and I watched him fall from the top of the quarry down into the bottom, like
Rock
all
solid?
amongst the rocks and everything. He gets up. Oh, my aching back, he said.
Boom.
And he just walked away. I was,
Yeah, that's how it's done. That's what we need more
Jesus,
of.
Mike.
None of these fucking coddling kids.
Oh,
Oh my god, it's the worst. Yeah, and you ever seen a kid get hurt?
Yeah.
And if you pause and just wait, usually they'll be like, fuck, what happened? Because they're in shock, but then someone
Yeah.
goes, oh, are you okay? And then they start
cry.
crying. And
Yeah.
then they start
Yeah.
crying. Drives me nuts.
Yeah, their reaction is what they want.
Yeah.
speaking of which,
Which,
we've got some reactions going on right now. The Blue Jays are back playing.
it's
right?
springtime.
It
Like,
is.
You would have noticed springtime by looking out my window this morning.
Yeah, it was snowing.
Snowing, whatever. But good. Springtime, the Blue Jays
Yeah.
are there, and
they got new renovations that
Yeah.
happened. They spent, I don't know, $350 million on renovations, which I don't believe they went to the city for. So now they're taking it out of the hides of the fans, which, you know, that's just the way it goes. Rogers, they don't have any money, right? So there was a fan with a disability. His name's Andrew Nielsen.
In a wheelchair.
Yeah, if you can bring that article up. So he's a wheelchair user. He's got cerebral palsy,
yep.
I believe. But there's a new area called Down Low, and it's out in left field. It's all marked. If you're watching on TV, it's the area that's all marked with the Heinz.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you go on Ticketmaster, you'll see there's a huge wheelchair accessible symbol there, right? So you're like, oh, this is great. This is all wheelchair accessible. I've always wanted to be on the field. Always, right? But as a wheelchair user, there's only 2 spots that are down on the field. They're right behind home plate, and it's $1,000 a ticket. So all the power to you if you get there, right?
Yeah, let alone.
So
if it's
anyways, I was looking at
playoffs.
this, and I was like, okay, this probably is not that bad in the outfield, right? And I looked into it with a couple season ticket members that I know that are there, and they're like, yeah, $100 we can get you down there.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's pretty
That's
decent,
fair.
right? Yeah, like you're right, you know, talking to Barger. Hey, man, what's going on? How's it going out there, right?
Good view of the seas. Yeah.
Right. So this guy gets the ticket with a friend, and they go down there, and they had a security guy come up to him saying, no, you're not allowed down here.
Not allowed.
There you go.
Why are you not
he's
allowed?
like he's a stray dog.
Yep.
This is not a wheelchair accessible section.
No.
And they're like, well, on Ticketmaster, there's like a big wheelchair symbol here. And he's like, no, sorry, you're not allowed down on this level. We have to put you. So they put him back up to the 100, top of the 100 level.
Bullshit.
Right. It kind of happened to me once, and I got so livid
Yep.
that I just left.
I was gonna bring that up.
I was like, I'm out. And like, I commend the guy for staying there, but
I would have blown I would have blown up.
Yeah,
I would
not
have gone to
allowed
customer
is
service.
Crazy.
I would have gone to customer service and told them I paid the ticket. What do I get now? Because the Blue Jays say they're inclusive.
right.
The first thing you hear is it inclusive environment stand for national anthem if you're able.
Yeah.
So they are very inclusive, but not for this situation.
Well, not only that, they project that, like, you know, their whole 50-50 draw, half the proceeds go to Jays Care, which
Yeah.
is to bring accessibility into baseball for youth.
Insane.
Right? Which it's just, when it comes down to it, they just don't care.
No.
I've been sitting outside a section that's accessible because I couldn't get accessible tickets. And there was a father and a son, perfectly able-bodied, do the whole, oh, we didn't know it was accessible tickets, but here we are right on the third baseline, or right in between third base
So
and the home
move.
plate. He's like, oh, we didn't know that. And I'm like, well, hey, I got a couple tickets for the 200 level. I'm looking for an accessible seat. I need 2 tickets. Let's switch. No, it's okay. And I'm looking at the usher and security going, hey, like, he knows what he bought, because when you click on the accessible tickets, it also says, a window pops up and says, you are buying wheelchair accessible tickets. If someone in a mobility device comes along and needs these seats and you don't need it, you can be asked to move. And you have to click, I agree, and then you carry on, right?
No.
So this guy went through those steps. He knows what's up. But they won't enforce it. They're like, oh, we can't call it. I'm like, what do you mean you can't call it? Open your eyes. Is the guy using a cane? Is he using like an eyesight cane? Does he have a mobility device?
They don't want.
Does he have crutches?
Right. It comes down to the whole non-visible disability thing. They're afraid to do something.
Yeah, but they admitted,
look.
we didn't know it was accessible.
But here's the thing. The seats are not for just disabled people.
Right.
The seats are for people that need it for mobility aid.
Right.
So I'm sorry, if you have autism but you don't use a mobility aid, you can sit in 49,000 other seats.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't need to sit, in. They try saying that there's 18% of the stadium is for accessibility now.
No.
There's no way. There's no way.
I still can't get over that you're not allowed.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild behavior. I know it's probably a little bit like Karen hyper focusing on that, but
No, it's not because he's a
but the
grown
fact that they downgraded,
he's a grown adult.
That's what drives me nuts too. Is like, okay, let's say you're on an airline flight, you get there, they fuck up your seat. What do? Upgrade you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what they do, not downgrade. Can you imagine, like, oh, we ran out of business class, you got to go sit in economy?
Whoa, that just happened.
Yep.
Jim Brewer.
Yep.
Did you see that?
Yep.
No, I didn't.
He bought first class tickets from Hawaii to, I think it was Texas, and then they're
To the house? Yeah.
Then they're supposed to fly from Texas to Florida.
Yeah.
On the leg from Texas to Florida,
And
he got bumped because the airplane, like another pilot from another
Yep.
plane, took his first class seat.
Yeah.
A pilot too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Could-
An
there's some
employee.
rules.
Jim Brewer. Can you
There's
imagine?
some rules the pilots need to sit first class.
Wrong.
No, it's
No,
wrong.
No.
But either way, they could have accommodated.
But some
There's
airlines
no-
said that.
Yeah, but there's no rule. There's no rule.
Yeah.
No rule, but some airlines
Because
do.
he went in and like he started investigating. And he's like, "Is there a rule where they have to have this?" And they're like, "No, they're just supposed to take any available."
Okay,
seat."
I heard
And
it- I
what
heard
the
different.
pilot did
Yeah.
was go to that stewardess that's at the desk and said, "Rework, bump this guy and his wife from first class down to economy."
Yeah.
And they gave him a sandwich, like it was supposed to make everything better, right? He's like,
Good
"You
old
know-"
Jim Brewer.
And in Jim's head, it's just going. He's like, "You
Right.
stole from me."
Kind of.
Fucking ripped me off. Jim. Oh God, what a person to do it to.
I really also think that I think people with disabilities should just go with the flow.
Yeah.
They just go with the flow. Just be a happy disabled person.
Yeah, we're ruining your day. You should be happy.
Be a happy disabled person. And I think
You should be.
Holy crap, piece of crap.
That's right.
no, just this whole thing is just
Well, this is,
ridiculous.
all right. You look at BLM.
Yeah.
They took to the streets. They burned that motherfucker down. They did this. They did that. I don't know if anything came out of it or whatever. But any other protests, like they go at it hard. People with disabilities were like, "Oh, please do this,"
And
and "Oh, please, will you do that?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll do that," to your face and to the TV. And then when it comes down to it, they don't do anything, right? Half the time.
they
they
always say,
regret
calm
things
down,
so much.
calm down.
Yeah, why-
They have nothing to get upset about.
'Cause
Calm
you guys
down.
can't assemble in the streets and fuck shit up.
Oh,
so they're not worried
man.
What, you're gonna,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
What the fuck are half of you going to do
Right.
about anything?
Yeah.
You know?
They have Disability Pride Day on it has nothing to do with sexuality, by the way, so that just kind of irks me.
you gotta wear your face mask, folks.
because it like, anyways, you're meshing two things together, which I don't think is right. So, our International Persons with Disabilities Day is December 3rd. So like majority of the population with disabilities live in the northern hemisphere. I honestly, this is maybe a conspiracy theory I have.
Do.
But I honestly believe they did it on purpose so we can't go outside and like get together and say,
Yeah, you can't rally. That's,
on this
yeah.
day we're gonna have a rally because it's too freaking cold. It's December 3rd.
Yeah.
Like why not have it on July 3rd?
And the whole Disability Pride Month, it's not really recognized. And there is a march,
Yeah, I
but
didn't
it's
even
kind
know there
of
was one.
hijacked by, how do you say this? Certain community?
yeah,
It's hijacked by
different people.
different people.
Other movements.
The other movements.
Overshadowing.
Right.
Other movements
Yeah.
overshadowing it, and also you can't. A lot of them don't want to even show your face. You're encouraged to hide your face at a march.
Yeah,
You're encouraged not to show your face at the Disability Pride March.
on their promotional material to come to their event to promote inclusivity. They said, wear a mask. You are wearing a mask for those who can't. And it's a political statement. Yeah, I read it and I just was like, well, I'm not going to that.
That's fucking wild.
They want to hide us, man.
That's wild.
No, that's not it. They want to politicize wearing a mask is what they want to do. And I'm just like...
Yeah, but you're hiding yourself in the
This is not about
process.
politics. This is not about Democrats. This is not about our
Yeah, I have a
liberals. This is
disability.
not
Doesn't
about
make me more
conservatives.
susceptible to
None of
fucking-
them do anything
Yeah.
anyways. The only people that have ever done anything for people with disabilities in the
And also-
province of Ontario are the NDPs. That's it.
At the march last year too, it was super hot, and they gave the people no water, and they were all in the sun,
Oh, they charged them $3.
and they
for
charged them
warm water.
$3 for water. Speaking of conspiracy, here's a message from our sponsor. What if everything you're told was only half the story?
What?
Introducing Plunder World conspiracy trading cards, the most underground trading cards on the planet.
We're talking secret societies, government experiments, hidden history, and conspiracies you definitely weren't supposed to learn about in school.
And the coolest part, these cards are created by one guy, no AI. Use our link, plunderworld.com/WSB.
You'll get 3 extra foil packs with your order.
Plunder World, truth within the cards.
What's the card today, DK?
All
Let's
right.
do it.
This is called Weather Modification 2. Part 2.
Part 2.
So, modern definitions of weather modification only focus on precipitation along with a promise not to contribute to climate change. However, the official definition in 1976, according to Congress, was any activity performed with the intention and expectation of producing changes in precipitation, wind, fog, lightning, and other atmospheric phenomena. President John Kennedy named Dr. Jerome Wisner as chairman of the Federal Council for Science and Technology, the FCST, in January of 1961. Unrestricted access was also granted to join NASA and NSA meetings. Kennedy wrote that the position was not designed specifically to define your responsibilities. Wisner's background included missile system development and ties to the American Philosophical Society, along with the Carnegie Foundation money. He helped to develop plane-mounted radar and nuclear bomb testing in the Marshall Islands. He recruited Noam Chomsky to MIT in 1955.
No.
So, this
Okay,
guy
well,
had nothing to do with.
something I learned recently about, like, because, you know, they did admit to doing weather modification, right? And cloud seeding, they call it, with the planes. And
They'll do it.
Right. But something I just learned recently was, I think it was in the 1970s, they made like an international law that you're not allowed to use weather as a weapon.
Yeah, so the 1972, Richard
So that
Nixon.
means they can do it.
No.
Yeah, so
You don't make a law for nothing.
No.
that was in 72.
Am I the only one that woke up this morning?
72, what was it?
So that was in 72. Richard Nixon signed Public Law 92-205, also known as the Weather Modification Reporting Act.
No. So that's, they have to report that they're doing it. Search it up. It's like, this is an international law, like through UN or whatever. That 1970s, it's banned worldwide to use the weather as a weapon.
You make a law for something, then you're able to do it.
Well,
That's why
What I'm saying
there's always
is-
signs like don't jump down a banister. Don't slide down a banister. You know why they have those signs? Because somebody slid down the banister.
right. Or don't eat this silica that we found in your shoe, that little pouch, right?
I ate them. It's pretty tasty.
So yeah,
Yeah.
So it was 1978, the Environmental Modification Convention. So this was an international law devised prohibiting military or other hostile use of environmental modification techniques,
Right.
having widespread, long-lasting, or severe effects.
Right.
That just says on long-lasting and severe effects, so it doesn't say they can't do it at all. But yeah, it was a Geneva Convention.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
The
They-
harp is
Yeah,
still.
1978.
They don't make
harp is-
laws for
yeah.
something that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, wild.
Am I the only one that woke up this morning or been walking around these days and thinking, oh, one hot day. Only one hot day in April, and every other day is cold.
Well, that's spring in Canada because but
we
we were just talking about it.
I think it's modified.
all the way up until potentially May. I remember 2 years ago, second week of May, we got a snowstorm.
Yeah.
Next day it was 25 fucking degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that Is that Mother Nature or somebody pressing a button?
I don't know. Looks like it's a conspiracy.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, life's a roller coaster sometimes.
Yeah, it
And
is.
also, there's so many
Ups and downs.
ups and downs. So many ups and downs. So many loops in this world.
Right.
Loopy doops. And speaking of this is our week's version of Disability News. This comes from the States, from Universal Studios, from a ride.
University Studios, Florida or California or where is it? I don't even know.
Orange County, so it's California.
No, Orlando, yeah.
Orlando. Comes from Orlando. And it happened in September on a roller coaster called the Stardust Racer. And this individual was in a chair, which you can enjoy roller coasters if you're in a chair. Right, Blair? I don't know how far what his level is, but there are warnings that say if you have neck problems, do not go on roller coasters, which I can't because I had neck surgery and I'm not supposed to go on a roller coaster.
Yeah, so apparently the
DK.
whiplash, so he wasn't locked in properly. The whiplash caused him to smack his face off the seat in front of him several times, and that's what...
So whose fault is that he wasn't locked in properly?
It's definitely them.
gotta be the
They're
operator.
I mean, operator.
Well, it'd also be...
The
true-
operator's going to probably say there's a warning.
But another thing is...
How much neck control does he have?
Is it one of the roller coasters that just has the bar across your waist, or does it come down over your
Well,
shoulder?
it doesn't say it specifically. Like, they're trying
Doesn't
not
say the ride?
to...
Stardust.
It did say blunt force trauma, so his head was whacking around.
Yeah, we covered that.
So I know from roller coasters, even if you have the thing on there,
Yeah.
your head's going to swing
Yeah,
back
you're
and
gonna-
forth.
you're
Your
gonna
head
get
does.
whiplash.
Your head's going to go whoopee, whoopee, whoopee do.
Here, do you want to just
Whoopee,
see
whoopee,
this clip
whoopee,
real quick
whoopee
to see?
do?
Whoopee, whoopee, whoopee do.
The sheriff's department did deem it an accident, of course, but his girlfriend believed he was secured in. However, when the ride began, the first downhill, Kevin flew forward. So I think it's a matter of like how they're accommodating their restraints. So maybe it either wasn't restrained properly, or this is like a fundamental problem with the actual design of how he was
God,
restrained.
that poor girlfriend of his is going to have to live with this for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Says there, the
She
woman stated she saw Kevin hit his head multiple times. The report says she attempted to hold him back, but couldn't do so. Poor woman. That kind of almost happened to me. Like, thankfully, I didn't get hurt. But we're landing in Vegas one time. My father and I'd flown in there quite a bit, and when we landed, I'm like, geez, he's going kind of hot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then I guess the pilot finally realized, oh yeah, I'm coming in kind of hot, and just slammed the brakes on. And my face smashed into the TV. The Air Canada flight smashed into the TV, the seat in front of me.
The old school ones.
And the lady's like, hey! I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
she turns around and looks, and I'm like, sorry, my abdominal muscles are paralyzed. I'm a quadriplegic. Buddy hit the brakes.
Yeah. It's your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault. I ate the back of your chair.
It's your fault.
And when they buckle you in, are you in your chair, or do they have like a...
No.
No. So what happens is, it's kind of backwards, but there's a little chair called an aisle chair, right? So on the bridge, I get loaded first before everybody else. I transfer from my chair to this little aisle chair. They kind of strap me all in.
Oh, the one that sits sideways, right?
No, it's just called an aisle chair. It's like a little tiny chair with wheels on it to fit down between the aisles of the...
Oh.
Right? So then they pull me to my seat, and then I transfer from there to my seat, and then I just sit in my seat and put the seatbelt on.
So, yeah, they just restrain you by the waist.
Yeah.
So that's why fucking kaboom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
There's no.
They need to
There's
fix
no.
that.
They should do that, eh? They should have shoulder straps for somebody in your situation.
I don't know if I could handle that, but yeah,
No?
maybe one.
Isn't that the safety thing?
maybe one like a
Yeah, but it's a
car?
comfort thing, man. Being comfortable on a plane sucks.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I need to. Yeah, I need to do certain things to keep me comfortable.
No wonder what's his face was so mad about getting bumped down from first class, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being
And
comfortable
when
on a plane.
I've been bumped up multiple times, especially on red-eye flights that are not fully booked.
Nah.
And you get really cool stewardesses
Yeah.
because they know what's going on, right? And I get loaded up first, and like, oh no, we're putting him right here at the first. But the seats are completely different. The seats are way more comfortable. I feel better. I'm eating frickin' sandwiches for free. This is back when I was drinking. I'm landed loaded. Life is good.
Nice.
Let's rock. It was perfect.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little perks in life.
We're rocking and rolling. And I think we are rolling to a closing.
Oh, rest in peace, wheelchair guy.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Sorry we don't know your
Do
name.
you have his name?
His name was Kevin Rodriguez.
He was 32. Rest in
wow.
peace.
Rest in peace, Kevin. And to the girlfriend, there was nothing you could do. So try to be at peace. Our hearts go out to you.
Peace.